Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to another video from Juju's World. And today I am showing you how I did this kinky install. You guys seen part one where I created the wig already. So today you're gonna see the style I decided to do, which was this style right here. I did like braided ponytails at the top because it's not braided all the way down. I know my part is a little not crooked. It's a little crooked in the front, but it's cool. And I did these little curls. Boop, boop. I know they don't look the same. I don't know. It looked the same before I put it on my head, and now it look different. But y'all gonna see in the video. So I did. YouTube, welcome back to another video of Juju's World, and today I am styling and installing my kinky wig from the previous video that you guys seen of me making that wig. I'm about to install it, and what I'm going to do is style it on the mannequin and all of that, and y'all gonna see me use my ERIKA products to get this melt on lit. And basically right here I'm doing two braids and like the little curls y'all be seeing, but instead of me having them short, I'm kind of gonna do them like a little long, like basically like the length of my cheek face area. So keep watching so you guys can see this lit ass video. So I'm showing you guys the products that I'm using in this video. Take a picture. I'm also gonna list it down below as I usually do. So this is just an idea. You don't have to use these same exact products, but this is an idea of what to do or what you will need if you're trying to recreate this style. So I section off the hair, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wax stick there, and I'm going to begin to press out the roots to make sure that the roots is nice and flat. So when I go and braid the hair, that it comes out pretty seamless and I don't have any issues, and it's going to look real neat and nice and not like all over the place. So basically it's going to mold the hair. So I'm molding back the back of the hair that's going over the tracks, the back of the wig, sorry. That's going over the tracks, and I'm molding down the sides and everything so that everything is nice and flat and neat. Nothing is all over the place and looking like what's happening on top of your head. So that's what I'm doing here. So when you go ahead and you do this style, make sure you section it off. My part did not look crooked. As you can see, it doesn't look crooked here, but for some reason when I put the wig on, it did look crooked. So ignore that. So what I'm doing here is I'm repeating the same thing I did on the other side on this side, and I'm making sure that I am perfecting everything. You see how nice and flat the other side was just looking in the previous clip. That's how nice and flat I'm going to get it on this side. So I'm just repeating and doing the same process all over again. I don't know if you could see because my angles might not be the best and I'm all in the way and stuff, but it's the same exact thing I'm going to do on this side. So as you can see, I'm starting these braids, and for whatever reason, my mind and my hands is not on the same accord. So this part is just me basically figuring out how to do these braids because I have an idea in my head, and my hands is doing something completely different. I don't know what I'm doing here, but we figure it out in the next clip, and you guys are gonna see the braids actually look cute because I don't know what was going on. I think I had like this idea of smaller braids because I didn't want to do too much, but then I was just like, all right, nah, that's not gonna work. Like, we gotta do this a different way. And that's when I came up with the second way I did the braids. So now I figured out how I'm gonna part the hair because I'm like, I don't know, I think the edges was making me feel like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. So right here, whatever, you're gonna see me part the hair where I'm gonna actually get into the real braid. Not that other shit, but the real braid, and we gonna, make sure it's looking nice and neat and doing its thing. Cause the other braid wasn't it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna trust myself, even though it's not on my head. I'm gonna believe that the way I'm gonna finesse this is gonna look real good, and it did. So right here, I'm just trying to show you guys exactly what it's coming out looking like. I'm starting to believe in myself and I'm liking what I see on the mannequin head. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to proceed and go ahead and begin to add my curls, fix my baby hair so that when I put the wig on my head, that basically all I got to do is lay down the baby hairs and that's it. And that's exactly what you're going to see me do. in a second. Just wait and see. Okay, so these curls was giving me a little issue. Like, I don't know, these curls was just giving me a problem in the beginning. They was not coming out how I envisioned it. So I did the curls over like a million times, but they came out bomb eventually. Even though one failed on me, they did come out bomb. And I used my little my spray, my Garnier Fruity spray, to keep those curls locked in place. But for whatever reason, once I just wanted to fail on the kid. Like, I don't know. Okay, so what I did here, well, what you noticed throughout the video is that I have a white shirt on my mannequin head. The reason why I did that is so you guys can see the lace better and the hairstyle better, because sometimes you can't really tell what's going on when it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't, sometimes it looks cloudy to me, or you can't really see it clearly. So I'm trying to do it as clear as possible on camera for you guys. On top of that, okay, so in this next clip, what I'm doing is I'm beating the powder into that lace. I'm putting it on my wig cap, and I just want to make sure the knots disappear. They go away. They're not there. So you got to put a lot of powder, but the key is to beat it into the lace. Don't just pile it on. You got to get it through. So when you know you have enough powder, once you see foundation or powder and you don't see the knots, you don't want it to be sloppy, and you want to take your time and beat as much into the lace as possible. Like, you want to literally pop that lace with that foundation brush. Once you do that, then now you're gonna turn around and you're gonna apply the wig on your head. But you really gotta beat it in so that you can't see you cannot see the knots. And this is for people who do not like bleaching their knots. These knots are partially bleached by me, but I did get this closure during the pandemic when it was at its height and they was just sending out anything. So the hair was good, but the knots was huge. So I didn't want to keep bleaching my knots because I don't want my lace to be fragile and I don't want excessive shedding. So what I did was I bleached it to my liking. One time, bleached it to my liking, and then I just left it the way it was to make sure that the knots would disappear whenever I did it. So as you can see right now, I'm gonna put it up to the to the camera, and it's literally gonna look like skin, like gone. Knots is gone, because nobody wants that weird effect on their lace. Like, it's not cute. So right here, I'm just using edge boost to lay down my edges, and I did things a little backwards. Normally, I do my edges, then I do my glue, but I mean, either which way, it still came out good. And as you can see, my edges is laying real nice. I wasn't going too heavy on the edges today, on the baby hairs. Like, I was just trying to do something to really match what I had going on. I didn't want to do something too crazy. I wanted it to just look natural as possible. Like, sometimes I do really dramatic, but because these baby hairs was not dramatic, I didn't want to do something too dramatic. So okay, so I want to make something super clear. When you use glue, you need to wait until it is ready and it is dry. As you can see, when I added my wig on, I'm not gonna hold you, I made mistakes before, but when I added this wig on today, this day I did this wig, it stuck instantly. And it was like immediately it stuck. Immediately it stuck. Oh, one thing is I did not show that I used the skin guard before I added my glue on, but I did do that off camera. I did add my skin guard before. I be putting like 3 layers of that shit, and it's the ERIKA J one. So that's another thing. I do want you to note that you need to wait until the glue is all the way dry. Do not stick that on and it is not, I mean, clear. You need to make sure it is clear. I literally did this video and didn't even tie down my edges. I tied down my edges after the fact that I was finished with the my closing remarks on the hair. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. If you're doing your hair at home, take your time. Do not rush it. Like, I do my hair in parts. I don't try to do everything one day. One day I might prep my wig, wash my wig, hang it dry, do everything I gotta do on my mannequin head, and then next day I'm gonna install my wig. Because when you take your time, you get great results. This out on the mannequin's head. I show you guys all the parts I use, which is already what you guys have been seeing me use for the most part. I think this is the newest product that I tried out, but all the same products basically I've been using. I use this to beat into my lace to make those knots disappear. Actually, we could add a little bit more right here, because you know you want those knots to be gone. Okay, knots be gone, knots be gone. And I use my edge booster to do my edge booster right here to do my edges and the edges on the wig. Boop. So you gonna see me do all of that. Yeah, so this is the wig, 28 inches, 4 bundles, and a 5x5 closure. Loving the hair, super plush, it's super soft, super easy to work with. It doesn't tangle, doesn't shed much. Curly hair obviously sheds more than straight hair, but this hair does not shed that much, is what I'm trying to say. It's not excess shedding, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so the closure blends really good. Everything's good. Obviously, you know, this is curly hair, so you don't see the full length in the hair, but it is 28 inches. Let's see if I can get a picture of me at the back. That's how that's looking. I don't know if you can see all the way, but it stops right above my butt area, buttish area. Sorry, I keep looking over. The mirror is like right behind me, and I'm trying to make sure I'm like in focus. What else? So yeah, this video is gonna be about this wig. You're gonna see me install it, put it on, put it together, or whatever. Hope you guys enjoy. I like it. I think it's cute. I mean, I don't know. I was like, dang, maybe I should have done 1 curl, but 2 curls is still, it's still a vibe. Even though this curl wanna act up right before I go to put it on, this curl wanna act up. I love the hair. Most of the hair that you're seeing me do is from my vendor. So, this is not from a particular, this is from me technically. It's not from like one of these hair companies out here. So if you aren't interested, you could definitely hit me up and I can put you on. This is the LAOS Kinky Curly. It's steamed into this pattern right here. It's so soft. Literally, Kinky curly hair is high maintenance. Don't get me wrong. Kinky curly hair is definitely high maintenance. So you definitely need to use gel in this hair. I use Eco Styler though. You don't have to go out and buy nothing fancy. Conditioner, Eco Styler, and a hair serum. You feel what I'm saying? Conditioner, Eco Styler, hair serum. Sometimes I use a mousse if I want to bring it back next day type vibes. But conditioner, hair styler, Eco Styler, and hair serum and water, obviously. And if you want to add mousse to your last step, you could do that. So yep, so this here is a vibe. I'm loving it. If you want it to last obviously all week, where if you wear it in the winter time and you feel like, okay, boom, like I don't want to keep having to soak it down, all you gotta do is prep your hair the day before, prep your wig the day before you're gonna put it on. So I like styling my wig and doing everything on my mannequin head or as the wig is not on my head. I don't like doing it on my head because then it kind of gets messy. I don't like wet hair on me. I don't even like my own wet hair on me. And so I basically wash it, condition it, deep condition it, all of that good stuff. Then I'm gonna put my products in it. I'm gonna let it sit, air dry. And then you can either use your mousse to fluff it out or let it fluff out on its own, or use some hair serum, let it fluff out. All right, so that's what I do. So this is the hair. Like I said, if you're interested, I could put you on. You feel me? You could definitely order some hair from me. So this is how we come in. Next video, you feel me? So part 1, I showed you guys how to make the wig. This part 2 is how I styled it and put it on my head and all that good stuff. What I use, of course, you already know, ERIKA J, that's my goat, that's my bae right there, you feel me? Trying to lay down a wig, that's where I go. Sis don't move, she stuck and she up. So that's what I used. And yeah, we ready for the vibes, you dig? And this is what I use before I put down the wig. So yeah, it's just a little added extra. All right, you gotta stay on, you feel me? You can't go nowhere, you feel me? So yep, this is how I'm looking. I don't know if you could see, I tried to do the not stuck baby hairs so they real fluffy. All right, stop.